So I meant to film an update before I started. I'm only 7 frames in, so it's okay. But anyway, I've begun the animating process again. What was interesting was that I actually tried a couple days ago, but I had left my battery in the charger for months, so it holds no charge. It's bad. So I got, my friend dropped off a couple of his batteries yesterday. They work great. And here's the shot. Here's the set. And here's what the end product looks like. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. So I'll show you the actual finished product on the screen here after, not now, but after I finish talking. It'll be the last shot of the video. I'm going to film more updates later, but until then, see ya. Okay. I didn't plan on what I was going to say. All right, so welcome back to a new behind the scenes episode. This one's going to be slightly different in that, actually it's not going to be that different now that I think about it. Right now I'm just going to be working on one shot. The reason this gets a whole video is because it's a pretty big shot. Let me show you what I mean. So this is what it looks like on the computer. It's going to be a giant panning shot where I basically take the camera, and as the shot goes on, it's going to slowly pan over here. In the meantime, this is what I'm working with here. The reason this is such a big shot is because I have so many moving pieces. They don't move very easily either. I have this guy, you know, he's gonna sit down after, or when the shot begins, he's gonna sit down. These two guys are gonna be talking with each other. That's pretty self-explanatory, and he's gonna be barking orders. You're not gonna hear anything when that happens, but he's just gonna be waving his arms around, just ushering people through the door. This guy here, the guard, he's gonna be running towards the gate, along with these 3 guys. And then that torch back there is going to be moving, not to mention the camera itself. So if we count that up, that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moving pieces so far, which is quite a lot. On top of that, we also have this guy, if it'll focus. We also have this guy to worry about. He's got to be in here somewhere. Yeah, that's fine. He kind of looks a bit distracting there. I wonder if he even needs to be in this shot. That's a good question. That looks better. Okay, I'll be updating you guys kind of part way through the shot. And the reason this is kind of a big deal is because this might take me a long time. This is a fresh battery I put in here because this is battery powered. If this runs out of battery and I'm not done with the shot, I either have to very carefully take this camera off and put it back in the exact same spot, or I have to restart the whole thing and just go faster next time. None of those sound appealing to me, so I'm just hoping to get it all knocked out in one thing. So with that being said, I guess I'll just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm about, I would say like a 1/5 through the shot. You know, we have this guy in last placement from here to here. I'm planning to get him at least to the back of the door, which means that a lot of these guys have to go through the door, which is gonna be not fun to animate. But for the most part, this is actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. That's all I have so far, and it's actually not that much. But the way I've been doing it is I've basically been splitting it into 2 chunks. The first thing I do is I move the characters who aren't running. I just do that first. And on top of that, I also have this torch to move. And then after that, I just go to the running characters, starting from who's closest to the door and moving my way back. And honestly, these guys are not difficult to move as long as you remember where you put them. Guy's got clay stuck up in his foot now. Hold on. Anyway, basically, I've just split the running cycle into 3 different chunks. So look at the guard. He starts with 1 leg forward. Then I put some clay under his foot. He leans forward. Put some clay under the other foot. Basically, he's leaning backwards on the stud in front of him. And then I rinse and repeat. It's 3 pictures. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm on picture 1, and he's right there. I probably need to move him like a little bit forward more. Like, yeah, give him some more momentum to work with. And for the most part, like, if you watch one character, it looks kind of messy, but altogether it looks fine. That's the beauty of these wide shots, is that you can kind of get away with doing some pretty rough animation. That's why I actually like these shots a lot. The only stressful part is that they're not the kind of things that you can just blow out. You have to take a lot of time to get them right. And because they're so large in their scale, you kind of have to hold them for a bit longer than other shots so that the viewer can take in what's happening. Which means that not only is it a lot more work per frame, but you have to take more frames per shot. So it's a lose-lose situation. It looks cool, but, you know, when nothing's really happening. They're just running. I don't really have a lot of fun doing that. Now, obviously this is fun for me because I like to animate, but for someone who just wants to film a video, they're not gonna wanna get this ambitious with stuff because this stuff isn't really fun for, I'm gonna call them regular people. I'm not like some special person. That's not what I mean. I just mean that like if you don't like animation, you're not gonna like doing this. And as far as like comparing this shot to other shots go, yeah, I kind of prefer other shots. The only reason I like this one so much is because I'm excited to see what comes out of it. You know, the whole process of doing this is repetitive and kind of boring, which is why I'm going to stop recording this now so I can get back to listening to whatever I was listening to before to kind of keep myself a little bit entertained.